Hey, it's your girl KV, and I am back. Well, I'm back in general. Is there anything left in here? I am here for the first time for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Why is this even over here, y'all? Why am I playing? Can y'all see this? Empty. I am a girly who uses her chapsticks, her lip glosses down to the bone, okay? The bone. That's what's on. That's enough. Yes, y'all, I have been meaning to do this since last Friday, and I truly just keep forgetting because it's my first time reviewing this show. So I just legit just be forgetting that I want to review this show. So this episode, or this week, this review is gonna be episodes 1 and 2 of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City for this season. Baby, I don't even remember the names of these episodes. Let's get that together. Let's get that together. It is hot. I'm warm. The first episode is called Hot Dogs and Hearsay. And the second episode is called Law and Out of Order. Hold on. I went to go check the thermostat. It is 74 degrees in my house. I will be having a conversation with my husband when I get off of this video, because he knows my house this house need not go above 70. I don't play them games. I don't play like that. So, let's see. I have been watching Salt Lake City anytime Mary is there. I know I watched season 1. Season 2. I watched season 2 because I saw Jen get arrested. I think it was 3 and 4. Yeah, I didn't really watch 3. Oh, wait, maybe I did. Yeah, because that was when Mary was in the window. Heather doesn't even know. Heather doesn't even know she looks inbred. I was like, Mary. So I watched 1, 2, and 3. I didn't watch 4. I didn't watch season 4 because that was when Angie first came, right? And I don't really remember that. Wait. Maybe eventually I did. Because 4 was with Monica. And I definitely watched that Monica season. Child, one of these seasons I didn't watch. When they had whatever girl came and then left. Was it another Angie? Whatever girl came and then left. I didn't watch that season. Because that was the season that Mary wasn't on. And I'm here for the grandpa girl, okay? I'm here for the black girls. I'm rooting for everybody black. So, let's go ahead and dive in, y'all. Season 6, episode 1, Hot Dogs and Hearsay. And might I add, I hate how Peacock has the episodes lined up in the season because they have the Watch What Happens lives in there too on the Salt Lake City episodes. And I'm like, no. And even if you did do it like that, it should be a whole other tab. It shouldn't be mixed in with the episode. So now episode 2 says that it's episode 3 because of Watch What Happens Live. I don't like that. Y'all need to do something about that. Why is this curled up here like this? Y'all, I'm tired of my locks already. I don't know if I like them anymore. I really don't. I think I want to, before I cut them off or comb them out, I have been doing, it's been interlocked because I have micro lock, so I started with interlock. But I think I'm gonna try getting them palm rolled because I want my ends up now. I want my ends up. So I'm gonna try palm roll before I make any drastic decisions. Anywho, Like I said, this is my first time reviewing, but I have watched most of the seasons. This review is probably going to be a little choppy in some places because I didn't want to take too many notes to make this video so long, since it is 2 different episodes. So let's get started. The season starts with Angie hosting an RV trip with Mary. Now, Angie and Mary are girls, so that's not the surprising part. It's the RV part, because Mary don't really do that, okay? Mary is the only black lady. If you're here just to support me and you don't watch this show, Mary is the only black lady. I call her Grandpa because Mary has a church. On season 1, we found out that Mary is the pastor of a church. They liken her to a cult, and the church is the church that her grandmother had this church, and when her grandmother died, she left her the church and her husband. That's right, you guys. Mary's grandmother had a younger husband that could be like her child's age that she left to her grandchild. So Mary is married to, and has a child with essentially her step granddad. Hey, it's Salt Lake City. It's Salt Lake City. But Mary is the black girl. Clearly my fave. Yeah, we'll see who the other faves are by the end of next episode. I think the next episode I'll be able to see who I like. So it's a nice RV, but for 8 people and to sleep on the RV, I'm like, oh, y'all ain't bring no tents. We're not even like, it's just everybody gonna be on this RV. All right, 8 people is crazy. They tricked the ladies into thinking that they're going on a luxury beach vacay with the invite, because the invite got like a beach, bikinis, you know, it just looks like a beach vacay. So that's what everyone is expecting. Everyone but Lisa is coming on the trip. Allegedly, she was still renegotiating her contract. She wanted more money. She wanted more money. I said, baby, more money, more problems. They're going to be on your head. They're going to be on your head. So everybody but Lisa is there. They always meet at Heather's. She has like a medi spa, a beauty lab. They always meet outside of the beauty lab. I don't understand why they just don't go in and sit down, why the strippers weren't there, but hey, whatever. But they're meeting there, and Brittany ditzy behind. She's got her 2-piece on under her trench coat. I said, oh, she was ready. And they looking at her crazy like, girl, we didn't say the beach. And she's like, yes, you did. It's on the invitation. Okay. So Angie and Mary pull up. Mary was surprised to be in the RV too. She wasn't really for that, but she gonna be a good sport. They pull up. The girls are like, what's this? Where are we going? What are we doing in this? This is a trip, you guys. We're going on an RV trip. Angie said her husband made her buy an RV years ago because he likes to do little stuff like that, and she actually enjoys it. She likes it, so let's take the girls. As they're getting ready to leave, the police show up. What did it say? NYPD? And it's very reminiscent of, what was it, season 2 or season 3? When they were going on a trip. They were at Beauty Lab. They always meet at Beauty Lab. And was it NYPD or SWAT team or something? Came looking for Jen Shaw. They were looking for Jen Shaw. I don't even think she was on the bus. I can't remember how that worked out, but it's very reminiscent of that. So people are just kind of like, they're on the bus like, what's going on? What's going on? The guys ask for Whitney. Whitney goes out and she's trying to, you know, explain things, trying to figure out what's going on. Whole time it's a prank that she set up. It might have been a scheme by Whitney for them to come to them with the bull. Okay, that's what it was. So these strippers try to crowd this RV to give out lap dances and carrying on, and it was just crazy looking. The ladies are not impressed. The strippers are not hot. They don't have great bodies. It's just real like, okay, what next? So they go into why Lisa isn't there. She didn't want to be around Rowan. Was essentially what's going on. And Bronwyn is basically the new girl on the block. She came last season, brand new, and very polarizing. Very polarizing. Bronwyn, you can tell that she's still trying to figure out who she is and how she fits into not just this group, but all of the places in her life. So that's where I'm like, ooh, I was kind of sad that Bronwyn came back, because I don't want to see like her marriage like dissolve or anything like that, because it was looking really crazy last season. So who was it talking to Lisa? I'm sure it was Heather. It had to be Heather. That's the one that's up her butt. So she's talking to Lisa, and Lisa's just like, yeah, I have some work stuff to do. Like, I didn't want to say it, but like, I'm gonna be with Ben and Blake. Yeah, A-listers. I'll be with Ben Affleck and Blake Lively while you're with Bronwyn. So they're like, well, it was unclear if she was going because of, she wasn't here because of work, she wasn't here because of Bronwyn. No, it's really work. It's really work. It's really work. This part was strange for me, and I know I didn't take good notes for it, because Brittany and Whitney ended up having this back and forth. Brittany's talking about Whitney's business. Whitney says she sucks pain for money. It was just all types of crazy. I can't remember. Like I said, I didn't want to take too many notes if I knew that I was doing 2 episodes. So I did just kind of like enjoy the episode versus taking notes. Sue me. Don't sue me. But at one point, Brittany was like, oh, we're going this way? Oh, we're going to be driving by my house. Mary said, we can drop you off. So they get to the campground, and it looks crazy. It looks haunted. It looks crackish. Like, I would be surprised if they really slept out there, even in that RV. So they out there, and you could tell this trip was just not thought out at all. They have hot dogs, but I don't see a grill or a fire. Was there a fire? Did they cook the hot dogs, or were they just eating raw hot dogs? No buns, just a hot dog on a stick. I said, I think they said they had sandwiches too, some dry sandwiches. I was just like, baby, that'll be the thing that made me curse you out. Don't take me on a whack trip and then give me some whack food to go with it. You could at least have some gourmet sandwiches. Like, I get it, we're gonna rough it since we're on the RV, but it could have been some nice sandwiches. Some mustard, some mayo, some Dijon, some cheese, some buns for the hot dogs, some mustard, some ketchup, some barbecue sauce, something, some relish. Like, it was just real crazy. I was like, I know they better fed them some more food than that. That can't be the food that they had for dinner, for real. So they end up talking about Lisa and all of these lawsuits. I think Bronwyn is the one to bring it up. Everyone tries to act like they don't know what's going on. Well, Heather tries to act like she don't know what's going on. And Bronwyn was like, Heather, it was in the Tribune. Everybody's seen it. And everybody's just like, yeah, we saw it. So now Heather is offended on behalf of Lisa, because like I said, she's up her butt. So she is just like, I worked hard on my friendship with Lisa, and I have to defend her with my life, because if I don't defend her with my life, she will probably drop me again. Okay? I said, this is pathetic. And then Angie pipes up, makes a terrible joke about how Lisa's charges are like Jen's, comparing them, and everybody was just like, their charges are nothing alike. And Angie's just like, oh, okay, well, it was a bad joke. But they're all looking at her like, what was even the point of that? What was even the point of that, right? So they talk about, I don't know if it was at this point, but they do talk about Bronwyn and the necklace. And this is another reason why this is what my hair, this is what it'll do, right? It'll be curly, but like the strand that needs to come out, because you know your hair sheds, but if you got locks, it don't shed. It just bulbs at the end. You see how it just bulbs at the end? So I just be ripping that part out. I'm really bad about just ripping my hair out like that. It don't be coming from the scalp, it's coming from the lock. That's why I just want to see if I can just get them palm rolled to the end so they can be full locks, because this right here, I don't like it. It ain't cute. It ain't cute. So anywho, we talk about, I'm not sure if it was placed right here. Like I said, my notes are all over the place. For this first one at least, Bronwyn and the necklace. Someone brings up Bronwyn and the necklace because last season, when they were on a trip, she had her jeweler come out and show her some jewelry. Very beautiful, beautiful girl. Beautiful necklace. I can't remember the price of it. It was very, very pricey. Even though Bronwyn does have the bag, her husband at least, it was very pricey and it just didn't seem practical to have. Even if you can afford it, it just didn't seem practical to have. So, of course, she didn't buy it, but she kept up appearances like she bought it. So at the reunion, Lisa called her out on it. You didn't buy that necklace. I contacted the jeweler and they said that you didn't buy it. Da, da, da. And Bronwyn was embarrassed and she was just trying to like, oh, well, I bought another version of it, and just kind of stumbling around. Well, in this moment, she admits that she did not buy that necklace. She was gonna buy a cheaper version of the necklace to just be like, yeah, this is the necklace I bought instead. But she felt, I can't remember if she used the word childish, if that's the word I'm using, but she felt childish and embarrassed and ashamed that she was lying about trying to keep up appearances like she bought this necklace when she knows she didn't. So she did have a vulnerable moment there, and I really appreciated that because the whole necklace thing, it's turned me off from Bronwyn. Like, it was a few other things too, but the necklace thing in particular, because it's like, you're grown and you probably have more money than most of these ladies sitting up here with you. Why do you feel the need to flex? Like, yes, I'm gonna buy this $50 million necklace. And like, it was just like, girl, grow up. It's like, look, I was watching Reasonable Doubt and how they had the little girl stealing, trying to fit in with her white friends. That's what it's giving. You doing goofy stuff to try to fit in with the crowd when you're already that girl in the crowd. So, like I said, Lisa defends Heather. Brittany is a fool. I have an announcement, you guys. Jared and I are engaged. Brittany, she's a new girl too. She's been dating on and off. Jared, was he Osmond? I think it's Osmond. And so she just tries to attach herself to that fame, I guess. She says she's a Broadway singer or something. I don't know much about Brittany. All I know is she's a goof, but she's a time. She makes us laugh. So she's telling them that they got engaged. And then she goes, but 2 weeks later, we called it off. So everybody's like, girl, well, it's not an announcement anymore. It's literally not an announcement anymore, boo. Like, what do you mean? So they all looking at her crazy, as they always do every time she says she's got an announcement to make, because she is always standing up to make a daggone announcement, y'all. So that was episode 1. Episode 2, like I said, wow, did they really sleep? Did they really sleep in there like that, y'all? I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm burning my hair. I don't know why. I don't know why. I got ADD, y'all. I'm sorry. I've been thinking about getting back on some medicine. I ain't been on medicine since I was in grad school, but Where was I? Episode 2. So they really slept in their RV, y'all. It looked like it was only 2 beds, maybe just one. And the rest of them was in them little reclining seats. I said, baby, they have breakfast. They got some grills out there. I said, well, where were the grills yesterday? Did they just pull these out? Did the production go get this while they was asleep? What's happening? They doing steaks. Did I see eggs? I didn't see no marinade. I ain't see no seasoning. I don't even think I saw eggs. I said, if you have steaks, you gotta have eggs, right? Where the eggs on the grill? Maybe I missed it. Maybe I missed it. I'm sure I missed it. They had to have steak and eggs, right? So they're sitting there eating. Heather, they're all like by campfire or something. Heather has a moment of mom guilt where she expresses that she is excited. Because first of all, she said, she was like, oh, I have to bring the girls here. This seems like a good place to bring my girls. She's got 3 daughters. Only one of them is still in the house. So she's just like, well, it might be too late because my youngest is getting ready to go off to college in a bit. And she's just like, and I'm so excited. I can't wait to be an empty nester. I can't wait for this phase of my life to be over. She's been working hard, taking care of her girls by herself, been doing it alone, and you know, she's just ready to be an empty nester and worry about herself and put herself first. I can see that because I only have 1 kid and I have so much help, but it is like so hard sometimes to put yourself first when you know you have children. It is incredibly hard. But yeah, so Bronwyn tries to relate to her. She tries to sympathize with Heather. And she says, you know, I have the opposite problem where I don't want my daughter to leave. So much so that I let her move her boyfriend in. And Heather does not like Bronwyn. Let's start there. Heather does not like Bronwyn, but Bronwyn keeps trying. She's giving it the whole college effort to be Heather's friend. Heather takes Bronwyn's comment as, oh, so you think I'm a bad mom? Are you telling me that I didn't do enough? I feel like you're criticizing me. And everybody's just like, that's just not what she said. I don't care for Heather, y'all. I really do not care for Heather. So my recaps of her may be a little shorter when it comes to her being in the situation, unless it's just super juicy, because she's just she is a pick-me in a friend group. She is a pick-me friend, not even girlfriend, like trying to be a pick-me for a man. You're a pick-me to these women. When Jen was here, it was Jen. She was all up Jen's butt. Jen, pick me. I'm your favorite. I'm gonna look out for you. Make me your number 2. I'm your Gretchen, okay? Once Jen got arrested, she had to find somebody else to follow up behind, and now that is Lisa. So Whitney jumps into the conversation about momming, and she's like, I wish I could be a stay-at-home mom, but you know, my business tanked and I have to go to work because apparently her and her husband put all of their money into their business and they joined their business with somebody else and it tanked. But it seems like, I know there were reports that they were not sending people the jury. The jury was just overpriced Alibaba. Like, that was the part that had me like, it was cute jewelry, don't get me wrong, it was cute, but it was just like, why would I pay $125 for it over here if I know it's on Alibaba for 10? So there's that. And then she got caught up in the scandal of one of those like cult documentaries or something. Like, I guess they're a part of it. So I think all of that bad press just really tanked their business. Which is crazy. So they're getting ready to work. I said work. She has her vulnerable moment. She talks about it, and it was just so flabbergasting to me because it's like, if this is what's going on in your life, you don't need to talk about anybody else's business. Just lay off of anybody else's business. So they're getting ready to go, but the RV gets stuck. They got to get out and push it. Mary sat down real comfortable and said, baby, I'm not pushing anybody's RV. I said, period. Because what do they think this is? Okay. So we see on the next scene, they go on home. They push it, get it out of the little dip, and they go on home. We see Heather and Lisa go out for breakfast. And Heather puts so much sauce on how the interactions went about Lisa. So Lisa, I know you weren't there, but you were there because they kept bringing you up. Yeah, Meredith, she didn't take up for you at all. Bronwyn tried to annihilate you. And Lisa's like, see, this is why I didn't want to go on the trip, okay? I live a very different life from you guys, okay? I am just up here. You guys are down here, okay? I hang with A-listers. You hang with Bronwyn, okay? Because I'm that girl and you guys are just the puppies trying to suckle at my teats to get a piece of my greatness. Nobody can touch me, okay? That's how Lisa be. She thinks that she's hot shit. She just really thinks that she's that girl. And I'm just like, I don't be liking Lisa like that. I don't. Heather is offended in the confessional, but girl, this is where your loyalties lie. She's talking about you too. She said, I live a very different life from all of you, okay? All of y'all. Heather then tells her about Angie's comment comparing her lawsuits to Jen. Lisa starts crying. No tears, just the effects of crying. I can't stand these two. They're both so dramatic. They both be putting on shows. They're both just so disingenuous. It's just like, oh. There's just, I don't like people that put on. And that's what both of them give, okay? So we see this scene where Mary is at home. Oh, poor thing. Mary is at home. She calls her son in to talk. Last season, she found out that her son was on drugs really bad and he ended up going off to rehab. Now he is out of rehab. He was only in there for 30 days. If y'all would hear how he was talking about the drugs that he used and how he used them in combination with other drugs, he needed at least 90 days. So 30 days was kind of wild to me, but not my monkey, not my show. He is obviously high in this scene, but Mary is just kind of oblivious to it, I suppose. I'm just like, girl, you don't see that he's high while he's talking to you? So he says that he's struggling and he gets lonely because he's been isolating himself from the people that he did all the drugs with so that he doesn't really go back down that path. But that makes him lonely and, you know, he's just lonely, isolated. So he said he now gets his stimuli from other unhealthy sources. Mary's like what? He was like food and drugs. This kills her. You could just see her just like, oh man. He says he's been smoking a little reefer, but he's not doing anything else. I said, it's giving pill hop right now. It's giving pills right now, but okay. He does feel bad about it, but he got to get up and do something. Like, you can't just go from, yeah, I used to sit up in my room and do drugs all day, to going to rehab, to going back to just sitting in your room all day. Like, has anybody found him a job? Have y'all made him find himself a job? Does he have a hobby? Go to the gym, learn to skateboard, take an art class, like something. There needs to be something to fill your time with if you're trying to distract yourself from an addiction. That's just my thoughts. I don't really know. I've never really dealt with addiction per se. So I would just think you would need to busy your time up with something else. So I think he needs to go back to rehab. It's really giving that he needs to go back to rehab. And where is this little wife he was at. He had this little Asian wife where everybody swear, like, fans are like, she's the one that did this. She got him on drugs. Who knows? Who knows? But current day, he had been arrested for breaking and entering. And I feel like it was like her family's house, the wife's family's house or something. It was crazy. I'm sure we'll hear more about it in the media, maybe at the end of the show, something. So Bronwyn and Heather have a little feeler date. They have a feeler date to see if they can get along. Really, this is Bronwyn. Heather's just there because she's going to get her check, so she's going to film all her scenes. Heather, like I said, Heather is, what Cardi B say? Girl, you a Gretchen at best. At best. Heather is such a Gretchen. She does not know how to stand for herself. It's really aggy. She's just such a lost soul. It's painful to watch. Bronwyn is trying to speak her case about the fire pit mom convo. Heather's just there to defend Mother Lisa. Dear Lisa, I love you and I will defend you till my dying day. Amen. That's what it gives, right? She prays to Lisa. Bronwyn is just like, listen, she came for me first. I just returned to sender. So Heather's like, so just admit that it's retaliatory. And I'm like, she got a point there, Bronwyn. Just admit you trying to annihilate her was retaliatory because she came at you at the reunion about the necklace and a little bit before that, I believe. But whatever, child. It's just like, they have a toast. They act like they're going to play nice. She cuts Bronwyn off while Bronwyn's trying to talk. You can tell Heather has no interest in being this girl's friend. None. And I want Bronwyn to see that, and I want Bronwyn to stop trying with Heather. There are other girls that are willing to be your friend on this cast. Let Heather be miserable and a Gretchen in peace. So they go to this party of this Utah socialite named Amy. I said, is Amy on the show? Is she going to be on the show? Baby, did we barely even see Amy in this scene, child? It was funny. So they ain't waste no time getting to the bottom of it. That's what I can like about Salt Lake City. You can tell they have like authentic beefs in real life. It's not like show fights and stuff like, no, I really don't like you in real life. So they be ready to pounce, okay? Everybody's dressed up. Everybody's looking so good. I think Amy was the only one with pants. Everybody else had on gowns. So they talk about the trip, and like I said, it gets messy quick. Brittany tells Lisa, Angie compared you to Jen Shaw. So of course Lisa goes to confront Angie. But while she's confronting Angie, Angie says, well, Bronwyn brought up the cases. I'm the one that just made this little joke, but it was a bad joke. I'm sorry. Bronwyn hears her name and she comes over and she is trying to intercept it. You're not mad at Angie. You're mad at me. So talk to me. I'm the one that brought up the lawsuits. I said Bronwyn was waiting for her moment and she could not wait any longer. She came over there and took it. Y'all know that little clip where it's like a ticket and the girl is like, thank you. That's Bronwyn. Thank you. Bronwyn comes over there and she's trying her hardest to intercept this beef, to come in so that she can have this moment with Lisa. I was getting annoyed at first, but baby, when she revved that engine up and got going, I said, well, Jesus, like my baby say, Jesus Louises. That's how I felt during this argument. So Lisa's like, no, Bronwyn, I don't want to talk to you. You're dismissed. Bronwyn is in her confessionals. Oh, I'm dismissed? You need to be saying, oh, please, judge, dismiss these cases so I don't go to jail. So they're arguing. Bronwyn is still trying to get Lisa, incensed to fight with her. And Lisa says, you're loitering. You're loitering. I said, wait, is she loitering? Is she loitering? I was so stinking tickled at this that I had to look up loitering, and I said, She is loitering. Loitering is the act of remaining in a public or private place without any apparent purpose. So you was in her face for what she feels like was no purpose. Loitering. I was cracking up. You're loitering. You need to leave your loitering. She called that girl a gout thick sucker. Lisa called Bronwyn a gout sucker because Bronwyn's husband is like much older than her. Y'all, I am not gonna lie, that was a cackle, and the only one Lisa got. The only one Lisa got. Whitney's in confessional like, I thought gout was in the feed. I didn't know you can get in your. So back to the argument. Now Lisa is incensed. Now Lisa is actively participating in this argument, and Brown is just like, "Oh yeah, girl, I got you where I want you, boo." Bronwyn's champagne sip, iconic, eviscerated that girl. And so they're going back and forth. Lisa's like, well, how do you know about my lawsuits? You're not a lawyer. She's not a lawyer. I bet she didn't even go to college. She's not a lawyer. She's not a lawyer. And then this next part, all of this is going to be out of order because I was just writing stuff. So this is because this part was towards the end. When Lisa's like, you didn't even go to college. You should go to college. And Bronwyn said, maybe you should go to work so you can pay those lawsuits. And then she was just like, you're a gold digger. You're a gold digger. And she was like, girl, at least it's my husband. Whose money are you spending? Whose money are you spending? Who's paying your Amex bill? It was in the court records. It was in the court records. Lisa's trying to act like she's lying, but Whitney's like, it's public knowledge. And Bravo flashes on the screen some information about the lawsuits to tell us that Bronwyn ain't lying. Lisa trying to deflect. I said, y'all, it was funny because when she called her a gout D sucker, and she was like trying to shame her, and she was just like, girl, it's my husband. Yeah, I do it. Does anybody else? Whitney was like, yeah. I said, are you enthusiastic about sucking? Are you just enthusiastic about Bronwyn eating Lisa up right now? She was so pleased. Bronwyn and Mary were so pleased that Lisa was getting hers, okay? I'm a sucker now? No, you've been one. That's how you get your clothes. You're the one that said anytime your Amex bill comes to the house, you distract your husband by saying you're gonna give him some. I was just like, what is that to shame somebody over? What is that to shame somebody over? I give my husband head because he pays my expensive Amex bill? You wish. You wish. Are you that man who paid your Amex bill off? It was just crazy to try to shame somebody about. And Brown was like, girl, at least I'm going to go digger for my husband, okay? What about that guy paying your Amex bill and you said that you didn't want your husband to find out? You didn't go to law school. How do you know about my lawsuits? It was just all types of crazy. Like I said, go to work. You should go to work so you can pay those lawsuits, right? So Bronwyn had Lisa so befuddled and frazzled. She starts crying. She's running for the door. Bronwyn came with a bang, okay? And Lisa's like, you're disgusting. You're a pig. You're a pig. You're disgusting. I said, coming from the same woman that just called you like gout D sucker? You're calling somebody else disgusting? It was just wild that she would use disgusting of all words. Like, you are the one that literally brought up sexual acts. And mind you, y'all, they're at a party. Ma'am, this is a Wendy's. What is your problem? We're in public. And Lisa, as she's leaving she's leaving. As she's leaving, she says, yeah, I'm going to start a website. I'm going to start a website, a fake website about you, and I'm going to make up all these lies about you. Bronwyn said, it's not like you haven't done it to most of us already. I was like, yeah, Lisa be on a smear campaign like every season to attack one of these girls. Salt Lake City be bringing the heat. Salt Lake City do not be playing, y'all. It is, of the ones I watch, they're the only white girls I watch because, one, they had a black girl on the team, and two, they came later on to where it was easy for me to watch it and not have to catch up 10, 20 seasons like Jersey, like OC and stuff like that. I don't watch Jersey, OC, or New York. I only watch Potomac, Atlanta, and Salt Lake City. And this one, she's at the top. She ain't about, she at the top. So that was this review, y'all. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, I just kept forgetting to do it. I hope y'all actually watch it. I hope y'all actually watch it and it's not too late on the cycle of reviews to get attention. But I'm here and I am going to be aiming. The aim will be on Fridays. Because the show, well, Thursday or Friday. The show comes on Wednesday. Show comes out on Wednesday, but half the time I really don't be watching it on Wednesday. It don't be till Thursday till I watch it. And so then I'll take notes and then do the review on Friday, but we'll see. Hopefully no later than Friday. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Comment down below. And love on me, y'all. Love on me. I need love and affection. L-O-V-E and affection. Life been lifing. Life been lifing. Like, share, comment, subscribe. My next review might just be this. I don't even know. Oh, no. I said I'm going to do the Cardi B. I'm going to do a Cardi B album review. Probably Wednesday. Cardi B album review Wednesday. Hold me to it. I say that like it's a lot of y'all out here watching me that'll really be posting like, hey, y'all, give us the review. But a girl can dream. A girl can dream. Until next time.